I have to wonder right now, what is going on with Darren Waller? We see that he's left his agency just as of Thursday, it was announced here. And when you see that he leaves his agent and he hasn't been in training camp since I think, he came back for one day, August 17th. But aside from that, he had been gone for a long period of time. And the report was that he had a hamstring issue. But just to see him leave Klutch Sports at a time right before the season starts, what do you think that that is symbolic of, if anything, or am I looking too much into it?
No, no. I mean, it's a legit question, and I mean,
Yeah.
sure, when a player leaves an agent, especially at a time like this when he wants a new deal, one, he's probably got another agent whispering in his ear, saying, "I can get this deal done for you. There's no reason why." And two, um, he probably saw there was no progress. He's seeing everybody else get these new deals. I mean, very few players, who've had issues getting deals done with their teams haven't gotten them done. And so he is somebody that the Raiders are not going to ever let go. I mean, he's a good player, right? He is a good guy. He kind of fits the Raider way. So I think he just figures there's a new agency that can get a deal done, that can get him an equitable deal based on what some of these other tight ends are getting, and that is a market that has exploded financially. But I'm sure him leaving his agency has a lot to do with the fact that he does not have that extension done yet, and he's seen so many other players get deals done.
Putting your mind in the head of an agent, would you recommend to Darren that he kind of plays out this year of his contract and you wait and see what happens if you can put up those big numbers since he did miss a lot of games last year due to injury and then COVID as well? Or do you tell him you gotta get a new contract before you hit the field in week one?
Well, now that all depends on Darren Waller. I mean,
Yeah.
because once you start missing games, trying to hold out, you're going to start getting fined. And the one
Hmm.
thing Darren Waller has not had is that big money. He has not had that big contract. So, it all depends on the tenor of the negotiations. If he hires an agent and feels that at some point during the season a deal can get done because, there's no acrimony, these are healthy conversations, and you go out and play. Um, if you get hurt, yeah, that's a risk you take. But, to be at this point, to sit out or say, look, I'm holding off, I'm trying to use leverage right now, that's something you have to weigh. But again, you start missing game checks.
Yeah.
And without having that big contract, those hurt. You feel those. So I would say he's probably going to play regardless. But he wants a new deal. But there's nothing. Look, I've covered sports for a long time, the NFL and the NBA. There is nothing that players hate more and feel more than not playing. Right? When you start missing games, I mean that impacts them because they know they do have a short career life. Um, so I wouldn't expect him to sit out any games over a contract dispute.